beautiful. Welcome to today's conversation where we're going to talk about the voice within, listening to your emotions. Let's talk about it. I am your host, Shannon Martin, and welcome to today's episode of this thing called wellness. Hello and welcome back. I hope you are doing well on this Wellness Wednesday. I am doing great and wanted to further our discussion on how to cope after another mental setback. Last week, I talked about how I coped by reaching out to my sister circle and practicing self-compassion and gratitude. I'm still unpacking my emotions, to be honest, and I asked myself why. Why am I still feeling some kind of way? As I continue to allow myself to unpack my emotions, which is huge for me because I've always been so good at pushing my emotions down tight that it has literally taken me 10 years to finally allow myself to neatly unpack them one at a time. But I am proud of myself for feeling, do you know what I mean? Not just to cry or feel sad, but ask yourself, why are you crying? Why are you anxious, angry, sad, or fearful? By asking myself or yourself those questions, answers started to pour in. I allowed myself to sit in sadness, anger, and fear. I didn't suppress any of them. I continued to ask the questions. Why were you angry? I was angry because now I have yet another ailment that's going to set me back on my way to healing. Another pause when I wanted to run. Another issue that would keep me from moving forward and implementing the ideas and activities that I had in mind for me to do every day towards feeling better and growing. My legs are hurting a little bit more than usual, and I don't know what's going on with them. I was angry because I had to look at myself and ask, is what the doctor said to me years ago about my not living to see 55 come true? Am I not doing what I'm supposed to be to keep this from happening? Why are you fearful? I was fearful because I didn't want my family to go through yet another episode of me being sick or bedridden again. We have been so much as a family that I didn't want anyone to suffer anymore worrying about me. It weighed heavily on me. I feared that it was going to be another financial drain, more specialist appointments and co-pays and more medications. I'm already so burnt out on specialists that I have missed appointments before because I was just exhausted and I was afraid that this would happen again and I would waste time and money. Why are you sad? I was sad because I had come so far and felt like I was going backwards. I was sad because I felt some disappointment in myself. I felt that maybe I wasn't truly grasping the full extent of my health and my wellness journey. Was I giving every day my all? Was I truly showing up for myself? Working towards my new ventures and living my dreams? Now here I am with another issue, and it's about to tear me down. All that I dreamed of doing, that was the feeling of the wind being knocked out of me. The sheer sadness of not being able to accomplish my goals, my dreams and wishes. Your emotions matter. Processing them matters more. Anonymous. As I was laying there, which seems to be where I do most of my processing and healing, is from my bed. Before I get up and before I go to sleep, I process how I felt that day. And at that time, I needed to assess my emotions. The great thing about this journey that we're on is that you go through so many ups and downs and breakthroughs that you have healed enough to see a pattern. This is another path to emotional growth and healing. You quickly acknowledge your vulnerabilities and pains, and you know now that this episode was out of your control and simply something that was meant to happen. Yes, you were angry, and yes, you have another ailment that you have to deal with and pay for, but it doesn't have to be seen as another setback. It can be seen as a need to pause again. Yes, the infamous pause. Even though you don't understand it or don't want to at this time, it's happening for a reason. You didn't know that a simple airplane ride would cause all of this. Who knew that medications that you were taking may also have helped this situation along? It's because being treated for menopause symptoms that your hormonotherapy medications may have aided in clotting. Not knowing that certain circumstances that come with this treatment are out of your control. And who would have thought that in a million years, this would be the combination to cause clotting, right? So I began to relax a little bit, knowing that this was way out of my control. But what is in my control is to no longer take those medications that cause the clotting. My hematologist advised me to stop taking the medication and consult with my obstetrician to other treatment options. So I'm taking fewer pills. Feel better about that. But I can schedule my doctor's appointments further apart. They're not very close together, giving me time to recuperate from each, both financially and physically, and now know to ask more questions about what I am taking. I thought I was being very diligent, but now I will ask way more questions than before. I realized that, yeah, girlie, you worry about what you can control. All of your reports are coming back clear from any heart issues. You are seriously the sickest, healthiest person the doctors have ever seen. Their words, not mine. And that's a good thing. Keep working on you one day at a time. When you have these gentle pauses, ask why, process, and grow from the setback. Yes, you were afraid, and it's okay. Be afraid. Let your family know that you are too. Everyone was thinking it may have been because I am sedentary at times. That was a cause of the clot. But no, it wasn't. But it was a valid reason. It was an unforeseen combination of the trip and medication. Simple. Now I know that this is possible. So I need to ask more questions and be more diligent about my health from here on. But I also know that my family truly cares for me and just wants to see me moving well and enjoying my life. Yes, you were sad. But you know how you can tell you are growing, girl? You stopped the cycle. You asked the hard questions and allowed yourself to feel and heal. That is a big step for anyone who has had a few setbacks, and I've had my share. You are growing in your emotions. The ones you suppressed are now allowed to guide you to a new place of calm. Yes, it's going to cost. It's another issue to worry about. But you have the strength, courage, and support system to get through yet another struggle. You got this and are stronger than you know. Our emotions are here for a reason. When we truly listen to them, we find amazing hidden wisdom underneath each one. Mateo Saul. Mindful moment. Let's not ignore or judge our emotions. Let's get curious about what they're trying to tell us. Emotions show our deepest wants, needs, fears, and truths in a way our brain alone can't. When we pay attention to our feelings, it gives us greater understanding than just thinking does. Emotions aren't instructions to follow blindly, but information to help us get to know ourselves better. Our emotions have wisdom, which comes from using their signals of being sad, angry, and afraid to tap into our intuition and make choices that are good for our mental, emotional, and physical health. Emotions aim to raise our awareness, not force any particular action. By staying open to these messages in our emotions, rather than rejecting them, we can access a wealth of self-knowledge. This allows us to deal with life's challenges in a more grounded, in-tune way with our whole selves. The key here is getting curious about our emotions instead of judging them. Listen to the wisdom they offer about who we truly are and what we truly need. Love you, girl. Thank you for joining me. I hope you found value in today's conversation where we talked about the voice within, listening to your emotions. I'm your host, Shannon Martin. Be sure to join us next Wednesday where we will discuss emotional self-care practices. Until then, stay healthy and well. Take care. If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a moment to rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. It really helps new listeners find us and join our wellness community. Don't forget to stay connected with us across all our social platforms at Shannon D. Rose. We've got plenty of exciting things in store, so make sure to join us on this journey towards a healthier, more vibrant life. Thanks for tuning in. Disclaimer: I am not a licensed mental health professional. The information provided here is for general informational purposes only and should not be considered a substitute for professional mental health advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If you need help, please consult a qualified mental health professional.